Hi, my name is Shan and welcome back to the chaos that is Shani and Book. Today I am going to be doing my March TBR video. I'm super excited for March. 2022 is not off to a great start, honestly, but March is going to be good. I can feel it. So if you haven't seen my previous TBR videos, I've been doing a TBR game where I do 10-pin bowling. It chooses my TBR. So I am going to be doing that again for March, but I'm also trying to participate in some readathons. So it's been a bit of a struggle. I'll link the rest of my TBR videos below if you're interested, but it is pretty simple. I just pick out 10 prompts from a jar, one prompt on each pin on the 10 pins, and then I roll the ball, and then whatever I knock down I have to fit a book to that prompt. Kian's just come in now to cause mischief. Great. Hi. Hi. Oh, okay, you want to be part of this, do you? So I started planning out my March TBR like 10 days ago, so I'll insert the clips of me picking out the prompts 10 days ago and knocking down the pins, and then we'll get into the books. And then I will tell you how these books plus the extra ones that I have added fit into the two readathons that I want to participate in, which is Koreadathon, which is all about reading Korean literature, and the other readathon is Tis the Damn Readathon, which is a Taylor Swift themed readathon, which I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. I'm not like a hater or anything, I just am Taylor Swift neutral. But this readathon seems like so much fun, and I really like that the prompts have like a life prompt, so you don't have to read a book for each one, like you can do an activity. And the readathon seems like a lot of fun, so maybe I'll be a Swiftie after this. We'll see. Okay, so the prompts that I pulled out, as you can see, are paperback, a graphic novel or manga, body positivity, a romance book, non-fiction, over 300 pages, new release, a book that everyone has read but me, beautiful cover, and a book with pink on the cover. Oh my god. So as you saw from the clip, I knocked over every single pin besides one, which was paperback, which this is the first time I've knocked over that many. So I have 9 prompts to fit for my TBR game, and then I have to fit those into Koreadathon and the Tis the Damn Readathon prompts as well. So it's lucky that I started planning this early, and I did like a big diagram in this notebook because I didn't want to mess up my journal to try and plan out what we're going to match for what, and then Kian drew on it. And yes, my journal spread is very full with all the prompts and the books, but I'll let you know what I matched from those prompts, and then we'll go through the readathon prompts like I said. So to start off with the one that I don't have a physical copy of, for the graphic novel or manga one, I'm going to be reading Grass, and I've forgotten the author because I don't have it. And I am going to read the ebook, and I picked this one because it will also work for Koreadathon because it is a Korean author. For body positivity, and this is why this game is great, because I'm picking things out of my unread books that I wouldn't have really picked up anytime soon, so it's making me read from my TBR, like my physical TBR that I haven't picked up from. But I don't have super high hopes for this one, but this is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven, who wrote All the Bright Places, which I also haven't read. But this is like the only one that I had that I thought had some sort of a body positivity aspect. I don't really know. But the first line of this says, "Everyone thinks they know Libby Strout, but no one's ever looked past her weight to see who she really is." So I think this is just a young adult book, which I'm not picking up a lot of young adult books because I'm finding that I haven't really enjoyed them. But you know what, we're gonna give it a go with this one. And I remember picking this up used for like a couple of dollars, so I'm not too mad if I don't like it. And you know, it's a book off my TBR that I wasn't going to pick up in any other instance, I don't think. Next up, for the romance book, I'm going to be reading Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. These Brown sisters romance books have been super hyped and super popular, so I'm very excited to see what all the hype is about. I haven't read Chloe Brown. I know it's a series, but I think you can read them out of order, so I'm going to start with Danny Brown. For non-fiction, honestly, I have a lot of non-fiction on my TBR this month, but I actually have been in a non-fiction mood. So for non-fiction, I'm going to be reading Know My Name by Chanel Miller. I am very keen to get into this one. I think it's going to be a very important and interesting read. Chanel Miller is the survivor of the Stanford sexual assault case. And yeah, this is her memoir. Apparently it's really well written. And I also have the audiobook to listen along with, so I think that is going to be amazing. I love doing that for memoirs. Then we have for the over 350 pages prompt, which I could have picked a book that's 351 pages, but I went all out and I've gone for a 500-page book. This is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is like a mystery book with like a speculative element, I'm pretty sure. And the reason I picked this one is because it fits, it's like one of the only books that I have to fit one of the TBR readathon prompts, so I picked it for that, and this was the only prompt in my 10 pin that it fit for. I feel like I saw a lot of people loving this a few years ago, but yeah, I think it is just like this dinner party where someone dies and this person is trying to figure out who murdered them, and every day they wake up in a different suspect's body is, I'm pretty sure, the premise for this one. For a new release, I'm super excited for this one. I'm going to be picking up Yinka, Where Is Your Husband by Lizzie Damilola Blackburn. This came out in January, I think. And this is a contemporary book about this woman who is getting a lot of pressure from her family to get married and to start a family and stuff. And I think she goes to a wedding and needs to find a date, so I'm really excited to get into this one. I've been loving picking up adult books with older main characters, so very excited. For a book that everyone has read but me, again, this is helping me to go through my TBR and pick out books that I wouldn't normally pick up, but I've chosen The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon because I figured like if I don't pick this up now, I'm never going to read it. Again, a young adult book which I'm not picking up as much as of late, but this is obviously super hyped. It got turned into a movie. I feel like everyone has read this. Obviously I haven't. And yeah, again, I picked up a used copy. I keep accumulating these books that I pick up for used because they're cheap, and then it's like, am I ever going to read them? Book with a beautiful cover. I'm choosing Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zorna, which I really love this cover. I think it's so amazing. Another non-fiction, another memoir, and this also fits for Koreadathon because this is a Korean author. And I'm going to be buddy reading this one with Michaela from Michaela Reads. We've buddy read a few books together recently, so I'm super excited to read this one with her. And then lastly, for the 10 pin bowling section of this video, a book with pink on the cover. I've chosen My Tita, My Sister by Marley Silver. This obviously has pink on the cover, and another non-fiction. And this one is, I believe, just a bunch of short stories. Stories of strength and resilience from Australia's first women. So very excited to get into this one, and I think it should be a super quick read because it's quite short and there's like pages with lots of coloured artwork, so it's not very long at all. So like I said, for Koreadathon, I'm going to try my hardest to participate. It is the second week, I think, of the month. I believe it goes from the 7th to the 13th. I'll obviously leave links to where to find the information on the readathon and the hosts and everything. But the group book is Winter in Sokcho, which I'm going to hopefully read the ebook of because it will also tick off my Buzzwordathon prompt, which I talk about all the time. I'm sure you already know what it is. Buzzwordathon is a readathon by Books and Lala. It's like a year-long reading challenge now where there's a word each month and you have to read a book with that word in the title. And March's word is like locations, so obviously this one fits because it has a place in the title. And I think this is quite a short book too, so I'm excited to read it and I'm glad it's the group book. The other prompts are to read a translated book, which I'm pretty sure Grass, the graphic novel that I spoke about, I think that's translated on Goodreads. There's like where it has the author, there's a translator. So, and then obviously, yes, graphic novel is the next prompt, which I'm reading Grass. Historical, Grass I'm pretty sure is a historical book as well. I think it is set, I don't know when it's set, but I think it's set in the past. For award winning, I'm going to be counting Crying in H Mart, because this won the Goodreads award, which is not really that, you know. And then I'm also counting this for Korean diaspora, because I think this is a Korean person who lives in America. So the only one I'm not completing is the celeb rec, because I don't have one. I tried Googling celeb, I don't know, I'm not buying any extra books. I didn't want to add too many to my TBR, so those are the 3 books that I'm reading for koreadathon. So let's get into Tis the Damn Readathon. The group book is The Great Gatsby, which I don't know if I'll read. I'm not super interested in that classic, but we'll see. So basically I'll leave, oh my god, I can't talk. I'll leave linked Jan's announcement video where she talks about the different prompts and how to complete the readathon and stuff. But basically there's a bunch of albums, and to collect each album you have to complete 1 prompt out of the 3 options, and 2 of the prompts are like choosing a book, and then 1 is just a life one. So it's really cool, you can just like do the life prompt to complete that. So I like that aspect, and I loved Jan's vlogs of this readathon last year, so I'm super excited to be participating myself this year. So let's go through all of them. I'll try and pop up the graphics, so if I am sounding confusing then you know what I'm talking about. So for the Taylor Swift album, the one I'm going to try and complete is Memoir. I mean, I'm going to try and complete as many prompts as I can, but I've chosen 1 for each album and I'll just see how I go. But for Memoir, I'm going to count to Know My Name, because this is a memoir. I also have books about music that I might try and fit in, I don't know. And the live prompt, posting a picture of your book, that's easy to complete. I'll do that anyway. The Fearless album, I'm going to be counting Holding Up the Universe for the young adult book prompt. For Speak Now, I'm going to be counting The Sun Is Also a Star for the film adaptation prompt, which I can also watch the movie after I've done that. For the Red album, I'm going to be going for the red cover prompt, which Crying in H Mart will count for. For 1989, I am going for the number in the title prompt, which The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle obviously has the number 7. This is the only book I owned that had a number in the title, I'm pretty sure. So that's why I had to like try and fit this in somewhere, and it's like a chunky book, so I'm really nervous, but whatever. For Reputation, I'm going to go for the recommended prompt, and for that I'm counting Take a Hint Danny Brown, which was recommended to me by Jan. We were talking the other day about romances, and she was about to pick up the 3rd book, and I was saying that I hadn't read any, and she said you should start with Danny Brown. So then I went and bought it like the next day, because I have a problem and I can't be stopped. But that's my recommendation prompt. For the Lover album, I am going to go with the 5-star prediction one, and for this is another book that I haven't spoken about yet. I'm choosing Ties That Tether by Jane Caro. I really loved this author's other work, The Sweetest Remedy, and this is her debut, I'm pretty sure. So I'm hoping that I love this one. The cover is so cool, and look at the back. But yeah, I feel like this could be a 5-star. So this is gonna be for my 5-star prediction one. And I know I'm just like adding so many more books to my TBR here, but it's fine. For the Folklore album, and this one is kind of a stretch, but the Written by 2 Authors prompt, I think I'm going to go with My Tit and My Sister, which I know Marley Silver is the author, but the artwork is by Rachel Sara, so I'm counting 2 authors because they're the person who did the words and the person who did the artworks. So it's kind of a stretch, but I'm counting it because I really want to read this book. And then for the Evermore album, I am going for the mystery thriller prompt, and I'm going to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I'm super excited to read this one because I feel like everyone has loved this, and it's obviously a mystery thriller. I know I'm not talking about what these books are about, but I feel like this video is going to be long enough already. Then for the Blank Space, this one honestly was tricky for me. I'm doing the one that is for the main character with a name in a Taylor Swift song. So I'm going to be reading The Anthropocene reviewed by John Green, another non-fiction on my TBR this month. Wow. And I know technically there isn't a main character because this is essays, but John Green is the author. So it's non-fiction. So I feel like the author is the main character in a non-fiction. So yes, this is going to be for that one. And I think that's all of the books, all of the prompts. I'm going to try, and if I can complete every single prompt, that would be amazing. But I might have to either double up or read some really short books to be able to do that. I don't know. I'm going to try and vlog it as well the whole month. So I probably will do weekly vlogs maybe. I don't really know. My life is not vlog worthy right now, like really not vlog worthy, but I'm gonna try and make it good. Other thing that I always try and do is participate in book clubs, but my problem is I don't have any of the books from book clubs this month, so we'll see how we go. One of my reading goals is to participate in one book club or buddy read per month, and I do have my buddy read with Michaela to count for that, but if I can try and do a book club, that would be good. I'll just list what the books are that I have for the book clubs that I kind of keep my eye on in case you would like to participate in them. But the We're All Booked book club's book this month is Blood Like Magic, which was actually a book for Jan's book club last year that I didn't get around to. So if I can squeeze this one in somehow, then I will, but I don't have the book, so maybe if I get the audiobook, I don't know, we'll try. And I know I always talk about it, but that is a book club that's run by Lacey Dibell and Sadie from the Library Lane. It will be linked below. The Brewhas and Books book club is Ghost Squad, which I'm really want to read this one because I saw in Naomi's announcement video that she said it was compared to Coco, the Disney movie, and Kian and I love that movie. So again, I don't have it, but maybe I can get the audiobook. And that book club is run by Naomi from Naomi's Library and Cami from Burrows and Books. Again, links will be below. And then the Paris Apartment is the book club book for the month for the Literally Dead book club and the book troop. So double, but again, I don't have it. And then Jan's book club, which is the Full Moon book club, are reading A Special Place for Women. But again, I don't have it. And it's like really expensive to buy. So we'll see if I can get around to any of those book clubs. Like I have a really packed TBR, as you can see. So I don't like my chances. But you know what, we'll see. So I think that's all I needed to talk about for my TBR this month. So I have 11 physical books, and then I have the 2 ebooks that I'm reading for Koreadathon, which are both short, but 13 books. We'll see how we go. So there is my March TBR. I'm scared, wish me luck, and yeah, I'm just gonna see how I go. Let me know if you're participating in any of these readathons or book clubs. Let me know if you're reading any of these books this month. And yes, look forward to hopefully a lot of content in March. I did plan out in my reading journal all the videos that I would hope to post throughout the month, so hopefully I get around to actually making those videos. But weekly vlogs for Tis the Damn Readathon are pending. We'll see how we go. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you next time. Oh, Kian, okay.